We are back with another Shindo Life video, and in this Shindo Life video, I'm going to be telling you guys about the top 10 best PvE bloodlines in Shindo Life. So if this guide or this video helps you out when farming your bosses, make sure to like, button, subscribe, comment below your favorite part of the video was, and make sure to join the Discord. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, so coming at 10th place is going to be the Ice bloodline. Now this is for one reason specifically. I will be showing this against the Gen 3 bosses because that's probably what you guys are going to be grinding. But first of all, Ice first move is not that bad against it because it actually will hit all of its abilities. It's not that high damage though. Second ability also isn't that great. It's just like a little dash ability. You guys can see it's doing a lot of damage to the boss though because it's hitting it multiple times. But still, that's not great damage, right? Well, let me show you guys what great damage looks like here. So this third ability right here, if you get them to walk through it, he's kind of bugged out, but if you get him to walk through the third ability, it will do a ton of damage. Let's see if we can get him to walk through my third ability here in a second. He's kind of like, bro's like methed out right now and like not doing anything. You good, bro? All right. He just smacked me in my face for saying that. All right. Thanks, man. Let's see if we can get him to come to me. Yo, I think the bosses are a little bugged out, huh? What the heck? He's not walking to me. And he... Bro, get up, man. All I did was slap you with some icicles, man. Jeez, get up. Walk to me. So anyways, the third move does a lot of damage if the boss actually moves towards you because it actually will hit it multiple times. Oh, now you want to fix. Now you want to fix, huh? Huh? Now you want to fix. As soon as I hit you with the big whammy slammy, huh? But yeah, Ice third move is kind of like the only good move about Ice. So coming in 9th place is going to actually be Shindai Akuma. Now, this is mainly going to be for the actual clones you could summon, as I'll show you guys here in a second. But the other abilities are not that bad as well. So, of course, I'm going to go into C4 Shindai Akuma. Oh, I don't have Shindai Spirit. All right, that's kind of funny. But, of course, you do actually have the counter move, which is pretty good. Which is actually the clone ability that summons clones. You can't see the damage it does, but it actually will distract the enemies while you're fighting. And, of course, you have the other abilities we could just, which you could just spam to get more damage on them. Oops. But the main thing about, like, all of these Akumas being so good is actually the mode, because the mode allows you to do insane damage with M1s just by spam clicking. Like, you guys can see, I'm just spam clicking on this guy, and I'm doing so much damage to him. And then you also have the weapon spec, which isn't bad as well, and it does actually give you iframes. Combined with the C-Spec, after Mustang's done blasting my butthole, you also do have the C-Spec, which actually does allow you to escape any situation and summon more clones to deal damage to the boss. Alright guys, so coming in 8th place is actually going to be the Magma bloodline. And we are, of course, in Ember, my favorite grinding place. So the reason why Magma is so good, well, I just completely failed. The reason why Magma is so good is honestly mostly because of the second and third move. The third move will constantly do damage to the boss. As you guys could see, it constantly does damage to the boss. And the fact that this is also an EKG bloodline makes it infinitely better for grinding. Dude, like, I'm getting like sriracha it up in here, man. Sriracha sauce, man. But yeah, basically, Magma is just pretty good. The abilities are pretty decent, especially if you're modded. They will do a lot of damage. The second one also does more damage to the boss is standing still, which can be quite nice. And then the third move just does a bit of damage to a boss that's standing still. So basically, after you knock the boss down, because it does happen after you do enough damage, you can actually, oh my gosh, you can actually use Magma to do even more damage than I'm doing now. That Sriracha ability just hit me from all the way up here, by the way. So coming up in 7th place is actually going to be the Vine bloodline. Now, the Vine bloodline is good mainly because of the clones, but the other abilities can be pretty decent as well. So, of course, you do actually have the clone ability right here, which is the best move of clone for PvE content. The second move allows you to just avoid damage while fighting the boss. Like you guys can see, he's trying to hit me, but he can't right now. And then the first move is okay. It does like this kind of like vine effect around you. It will do a bit of damage. C-Spec is kind of like similar. It's just a big vine ability that does a bit of damage. Dude, this boss is bugged, man. But yeah, the main move of Vine that is actually pretty good for boss fighting is the clone move, because it will actually distract whatever you're fighting and also do damage at the same time, even if it doesn't really do that much damage anymore. Now, coming to 6th place is actually going to be Typhoon. Typhoon's another really, really great one for boss grinding, because it's another one where you kind of just spam the abilities and you do a lot of damage. Now, you guys may be thinking, oh, it's not doing that much damage right now, but I'm unmodded. This is unmodded damage, and I'm not holding down the abilities. The main move of Typhoon that's really good for boss grinding, if you only want one move from like each KG to maximize your boss damage. The second move is the best one. You just throw it into any combo that you're going to use on these bosses, and it will actually be quite nice, because not only does the second move stay alive after you're done actually casting it for like a really long period of time, but it does actually do a lot of damage. This is unmodded damage, by the way. It just did 130k, 140,000 damage unmodded for just one ability against a boss. Really, really good damage against bosses. and I'm getting blasted by Mustang. Now, another really great bloodline for grinding is going to be in 5th place, Apollo Sand. Now, this one has been meta, not meta, not meta, but meta doesn't really matter when it comes to the actual grinding. So, of course, the C-Spec does more damage to bosses that have no hitbox, and it does more damage to bosses that are running towards you. Apollo Sand is one of the best overall bloodlines for grinding. I'm trying to kill the Sriracha Spear because it's so annoying. But pretty much just Apollo Sand is pretty decent overall. The second and third move will do more damage to bosses that are moving towards you, and it's just a really great bloodline. Look at that. And look, I just unlocked Sriracha Spirit. Let's go, baby. But Apollo Sand has pretty decent M1s combined with the fact that the abilities do more damage when bosses are moving towards you, and it's just the M1s do a lot of damage as well. I just got countered on by an NPC, by the way. So just overall, just a really good bloodline for grinding. There's not much else to say about it. I just think it's a really good grinding bloodline. And as you guys can see, it does not work as well against bosses that have hitboxes because they will get knocked out from the third ability. Now, coming up next is one of my personal favorite bloodlines for boss grinding, Tsunami, coming in 4th place. Now, Tsunami, pretty much all you do with Tsunami is you kind of just spam the abilities on the boss. Make sure he stays in one spot, and you just keep spamming the abilities. If you do that, Tsunami would do a lot of damage for being an EKG bloodline. You can put it on your EKG slots, which is really nice. Dude, I like how the boss is doing nothing and then just randomly doing 400,000 damage to me. What the heck, man? But yeah, Tsunami is pretty good just for spamming on the boss when you have no other actual abilities up. Holy crap, that almost did all my HP and damage. And here's the second move in case you guys didn't see it. It's just a Tsunami move that kind of bursts outwards. Now, this was going to be quick, but coming in 3rd place is going to be the Eisden bloodline. Now, this is mainly going to be for the second mode because you guys will see here in a second. The actual moves of it are pretty terrible of Eisden. I'm going to show you guys it anyways, but the moves are terrible. You have the first move, which actually does a bit of damage. 70k in mode is not that great. The second move, which actually does a bit of damage as well. And then the third move, which does a bit of damage to bosses. The F move is quite good because it actually is a turret that will continue doing damage. But the main thing of this is going to be the M1s. You're so high up from the actual boss that you can just spam M1s on it. The M1s do a lot of damage. And then obviously you do have the C-Spec, which does a lot of damage as well. So Eisden mode is really good for boss grinding, if not one of the best boss grinding modes in the game. Now, coming to 2nd place is going to be one of my absolute favorite bloodlines for grinding, Shindai Rengoku. I'm of course using the epic Shindai Ramen skin, one of the best skins in the game easily. So of course, when it comes to Shindai Ren, what you're going to be doing is clone spamming and just spamming M1. So I'm of course going to counter on this boss right here. So he's going to hit me. Ain't no way the boss just juked me out like that. But the M1s are really good against bosses. You obviously do have the second move, which lifts you up, which can actually avoid doing damage to you. And then you have the first move, which is a decent damaging move. And then the weapon spec, which is also a decent damaging move. But the main reason why Shindai Ramen or Shindai Ren is going to be here is the counter, C-Spec, and the actual M1s. I'm going to try and get a counter move here. Go ahead and hit me. Thank you. They actually hit me. The clones are absolutely insane for damage, especially against bosses that have no hitbox, so they get knocked back. Just a really good boss grinding bloodline, and insanely easy to grind with as well. Like, it's absurdly easy to actually grind with this bloodline. It's actually kind of crazy. Basically, it's kind of like it's just really good, man, honestly. Get me out of here. Now, honorable mention 1 is actually going to be Indra Akuma, mainly because of the mode. I mean, like, of course, the actual abilities of Indra are pretty nice. Like, the C-Spec, it does do a lot of damage, you guys can see. The first move does do a bit of damage as well. Second move, you kind of just spam all these moves if you're only using Indra. Especially the third move. Holy crap, that third move does a lot of damage. But it's mainly going to be for the mode. You get gigantic M1s that do a lot of damage to bosses. And if you ever get low or you like just need an escape button, you can just go into the weapon spec mode, which allows you to have ranged M1s against the boss that do even more damage than normal, combined with the fact that you actually get damage resistance. Like, that would normally do 400,000 damage. It did 50,000. So basically, like, the mode of this is kind of like the best part of it, because you could kind of just like do this and then reset after the boss is dead to get all of your mode back. So yeah, that's kind of like the main thing about Mustang that is, I mean, the main thing about Indra that is really good against bosses. Now, this is going to be a quick one, but Honor Mention 2 is actually going to be the Emerald bloodline. Now, the first two moves of Emerald are not that great for boss grinding. I mean, the first and third one, but you guys can see I just casted that second move and it just did that much damage to the boss. You guys will notice something about these bloodlines. A lot of them have moves where it does more damage the more people walk through it, and it is just really good against these bosses. Now, I think the boss AI is really bugged because it's not like actively walking towards me or anything like that, but when the boss is actively walking towards you, it does do a lot of damage. Like right now, okay, he stopped moving. But when they do that, all right, I'm about to get blasted. Never mind, we're good. Now, coming in first place as the literal best grinding bloodline in the game, you guys are not going to believe it. It is Shiver Akuma 4th mode. Now, you guys may be thinking, Shiver Akuma is not that great, right? And while you may be correct, you guys are forgetting one very specific thing. The weapon spec has no cooldown. So look, I'm just spamming G. Look, 400,000 damage, 540. Look at this. No cooldown. And the boss cannot move. Look, I'm almost up to 1 million. All I'm doing is spamming one key on my keyboard, and you could just click your phone or whatever. Look, I'm literally just spamming. Takes no stamina, no chi, so you can even spam other abilities if you want to. Just do this whenever you're on cooldown. Boss can't hit me because I'm above it. Look, dude literally can't do anything. Like, this is ridiculous. All right, he did a bit of damage to me. You know what? You know my response to that? It's to keep spamming the weapon spec on you. And he's dead. He is dead, dude. Look at that, man. Yeah, Shiver Akuma is just ridiculous, honestly. Like, that's just ridiculous. Anyways, guys, that's actually going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys want more Shindo Life content, hit that like button, subscribe, comment below what your favorite part of the video was, and join my Discord. Hope to see you next one, guys. Peace.